to land stuns on these. Got decent armor, very good armor, then both Bloodseeker and Lina. Very strong lane there. I think they have three, the way I look at it at least, I feel like they have pretty much winning lanes. The question mark maybe is the top lane. It can get a little bit dicey if were to get stunned up, if you connect with a long arrow, if Slardar gets some levels, then potentially it can be a bit.
Yeah, it's that kind
how that
of
lane goes.
We can see already Nigma's trying to like switch this up. They've actually moved free top. You can see Shad's holding in mid, so they're kind of wise to this. That like likely Nigma are going to try and dodge, because obviously Slardar versus Viper is not a fun lane, especially with Omni Knight, right? Like you don't have to worry about them jumping on you if you're Shad, because you can just never toxin the ground and they can't fight.
I'm not really sure why Shad is hovering mid though. I'm not sure in what scenario you top. I'm not sure what kind of lane matchups they're expecting. Shad is just hiding away. Heroes just doesn't want to get stun arrowed. But I expect him to.
Drives you to delirium.
Maybe he's just trying to give himself the shorter run, because admittedly you're a slow moving hero, right? So if you try and do musical lanes and you're just slogging it from one side of the map to the other, that's going to be at least 1, 2, maybe even 3 creep they've missed.
Yeah, I guess they're aware of the fact that actually Nigma, like they want to just try lane up top, and Shad is just gonna bottom. So yet another, I would say, by Viking. In that scenario, it makes a lot of sense. You want to put this Viper against Omni Knight. It's like you're just gonna get it.
Yeah, and they'll know for sure as Mind Control walks out. That ward behind the tower spots it, and they know they're in for good laning matchups here. Of course, Omni Knight is going to stay top, because if it is a tri lane, right, this is the hero that can at least save whoever gets jumped with the Heavenly Grace.
Gonna be under a lot of pressure here already.
Almost his whole health.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like they thought about it. The LSA was coming off cooldown, but of course Lina, not really the best of the heroes to tank tower with, even with 5 armor.
Yeah, the question I'm kind of thinking about right now is whether you actually want the Lina to be top or not. You could even leave the Viper solo down here. I think the Lina could go top, try to help out the Bloodseeker. That lane, Viper can solo up the Slardar. If there's a hero that rotates bottom to help out the Slardar, then you can bring your Omni Knight down. I feel like that would be the laning setup, but we'll see how they go here. Maybe they just want to complete. Maybe that's right now.
Yeah, I guess the logic is a Bloodseeker is going to get decent farm, right? That's just the nature of Bloodbright. It's very hard to starve this hero out. So just put more aggression into the hero that historically, when he doesn't have a great lane, struggles to find a place in the game.
Easy shot.
Meanwhile, that mid already looking good for Boom, up to 5 denies already. Like we were kind of expecting this. It's going to be interesting to see if he can match similar to what the Viper last game achieved in the early laning phase. They really are sticking to it. I guess if you're looking at this as Nigma, is this optimal? Can you actually afford to keep staying like this with 3 heroes in the top area of the map?
They're securing the farm for Mirror. Mind Control is getting something. They are going to bring the Miranda down here. Potentially, if they land an arrow.
Especially when they don't have their defensive support here. He's still sitting top. But all in all, Shad just completely uncontested. And of course, there's going to be a hero that will come online a lot quicker. Now, there is an argument about, you know, deeper into the game, Phantom Assassin versus a Viper should favor this heavy physical damage lineup of Nigma.
Yeah, you have to rely on the GA from the Omni to help your Viper. I'm expecting him to go for more team fight-ish kind of support type rather than just straight up carry.
Alright. I mean, he's just Epicure for his life. He'll at least get that. It will cost him though.
It's gonna be very nice for Mind Control. Kind of early on. Yeah, Boots and Windblaze. Gonna send it out, I think. No, okay, GH lost just curved. So Mind Control just gonna get this region out. Gonna feel very nice for him.
Of course, making sure he's got that ring of regen locked. We've all been there too many times before. Okay, like nice boots. I'm just gonna get maximum spin, and I suddenly have cramps. Well, top lane has just been more or less quiet. Miracle is kind of getting everything he wants. Toby, maybe less than you'd expect, but of course we have to keep in mind that that first 2-3 wave, they did park multiple heroes here. Which is kind of a happy part.
Once again in this game, Piper with the many denies here.
Yep. And boom, not really notic is denies too much. He's up to 8 now. We're starting to get a few. He's got 13-4 in terms of CS and denies.
Yeah, I'm not really doing a bad job here. Matchup is if we has not doing support. This rotation to mid. He's hoping maybe for. I mean, he's hoping that that's incredibly low here, but I feel like it's an incredibly low percentage.
You can just see Boom slowly toggling further over his strength. He's like, something's wrong here. There's nobody showing in the bot lane. Done by him. He won't give over. Does mean mind control wastes a lot of additional time, which as a result means Shad is even more uncontested. That was actually possible.
Fire here.
They're just going to return the poke. Kuro does have a stick, so he doesn't get too much. Celery has got the little one purification and his stick. He didn't use it until... That's a painful moment. Didn't think he needed to stick for the purification, so he gives over a kill. Both runes top will go to Nigma. Meanwhile, on that bot lane, GH was able to just slide away. Actually, they got both mind control rotated for the second.
Straight up going for the battle. No boots, nothing. Just I want my Battle Fury. AFP. I want to farm some.
Maybe heroes as well. Toby in a bit of trouble. He has got the wand. Bloodbright might protect as they have to sidestep. He should be able to make under tower. I don't think you want to dive this. He's on his way back up. So far, Toby? They're going to save him.
The heal.
They're going to turn on the Curry. Away from the Bloodbright though. Toby, he's going to go down. They won't the Curry kill. And that was definitely ambitious.
Yeah, getting a little bit greedy there. Trying for the...
Kill is the cool kill to final lane. I think maybe it was a bit of panic as well, right? Because he put the blood right on top of them. So, you know, Kura's like, alright, I'll just run away. This is just a casual escape.
You might have overestimated the Lincoln thing that the level 2 Omni...
Oh yes, the overestimating of tankiness. He's not... we talk about Omni Knight and how they can easily win you many games, but I mean, this is a Venge PA line. In this lane, they have a lot of damage early on.
I mean, I never personally overstated my tankiness, but I know people who have done that.
It is known to occur on occasion.
It is known that it has happened.
Oh, Shad is not overestimating anything. Going straight towards that Atos. Wait, is he? Oh, yeah, he's going. Well, I feel like mind control was lucky if he get 1 creep per wave right now. He just looks over like, Sir Shad, can I have this one? The Viper just looks like, I'll allow it.
Farming with the bash, that's pretty much what you... I mean, the 3 points in poison attack is near impossible.
Yeah, and a support Mirana's not really going to do much to help. Best game is supplement the jungle a bit, pull hero up air, and then maybe try and rotate. Boom's so far having a very comfortable lane now. It's not as big a deal as if it was like this Viper, right? Because, you know, Morphling is going to be slower, but it does mean there's going to be pressure on Weed to get active at the end of this lane phase.
Yeah, that's pretty much the trade-off. It's not the strongest in the laning phase. Once you get a couple levels, when you get that urn, ideally the vessel of force. Very good at making rotations, buying space for you.
I guess the question is, where's your priority here? Do you try and shut down the bot, or do you just continue to make sure Toby doesn't have a game? Who is going to find a kill top? Toby's game is online. Rupture is all he needed, and that purification was good enough. Now he decides to want to run it. The problem is this is way too obvious. They've got a ward down, and Shad, he doesn't have to play so clear up on the wave.
Yeah, it's kind of telegraphed. It's easy to spot this.
So far, Vikings was definitely paying off. Means that Jad should get a pretty decent time on his A toss, and I think that's put a lot of pressure to be there with these clutch saves each time the result. The question is whether you can actually find him that starts these fights. That's one thing you could maybe say Viking do lack in there. They don't have that just instantly goes in easily, right?
Team effort for them. They go in to the Viper just kind of frontlining, potentially Heaven's Grace. Got the Bloodseek. Probably goes for fightish items after this Yule.
Boom. That is Rupture Miracle again. I think on the detection, purification of the whiff, they do put down the sentry, but the TPs will deter them from forfeiting life. Alacrity's going to be there. Only Knight will not. A lot of heroes rotated up. Yes, Boom came here, but I mean, it's even more space for Shad. It seems Nigma's approach to this Viper is just ignore him.
Yeah, protect Miracle at all costs and ignore Viper. Bad gameplay. The hero very while 320 move speed even with boots. Ignore this and get your farm.
I understand how people put this hero back to back. I think that's why most of them start building boots to travel. They're like, yeah, I'm just good at his mobility. Stop. Nice pick off him. Nick kept 4 heroes up here, so they're heavily invested in trying to get something out of this top lane. I just don't know if they really have the beaks to push the towers early.
Yeah, Nigma is a very big fan of just bringing and to outnumber their opponents. When their late phase is not going the way they want, do a bunch of numbers to link, and often teams will get caught off guard by.
Yeah, they try and force the end of the lane phase quicker than it should, right? But you see Viking, they read this, and they position so many heroes at the bot lane that if Nigma do try and now counter them here, it's going to be a very strong line to their death as they TP it.
Yeah, trying to want to snipe the catapult, but
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Meanwhile, top. This time, Toby's the one trying to strike, but the TP is the ultimate of the Bloodseeker, so not able to. Meanwhile, Boom though, he has actually found a solo kill on a Wii. No rune, no kind of play around with that. That was just a casual kill on the Wii.
Yeah, getting caught snoozing.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's
The
middle
ward.
tower is under attack.
Quite the big difference now, but up to a very good start. Manta gonna be the choice. Makes sense. You're gonna have this Vest Poker at some point. There's a amp. However, careful. Getting very close to that Battle Fury.
Well, he's gonna feel a lot carrying. I mean, it's not often 12 minutes into the game you say a Morphling has more kill participation than an Invoker, but that's the situation you're looking at. So maybe Nigma, they want to try and cannot move around top. Just ensure that Toby continues to have an almost non-existent game.
I thought you were gonna. Not very often that you see Miracle being in the position where he has to carry. Like, that doesn't sound right.
Taste the sarcasm of going for that one. It's I'm more concerned about the fact that a Morphling is just finding picks. You know how it is. They just want to sit there, hit creeps.
12-minute timing. Happy with that.
Oh. So boots, they're kind of pointless. Why would you build boots against a Bloodseeker so you can run faster to your death? Sounds stupid to me. Of course, it does get a little sad when you're walking between camps like this, but that issue will be gone very quickly now that he has the Battle Fury complete.
It's very interesting how Nigma are seeming disputing the farm here. In pretty much all of their games, it's like we have more of the position 4, and Mind Control has a good game, but often EH just picks up the slack and becomes more of a core the other 4th.
His attempt has failed. It's okay though, he's only a support Invoker. They'll happily take the gold that's coming their way. They'll find one sports. Cura with a swap out, doesn't matter, he's gone. Viking, they look at this top lane and say, anything Nigma up here. So can we.
At the same time, I do think you're quite happy with this. For Nigma, you brought 4 heroes up here. You found a Venge support.
You say that. Miracle. Got Yatos. He's in a lot of trouble here. We're going to get him low. Try and jump away. But the damage is already done. He's gone.
One you're not so much happy with.
No, all 3 of your POS4 players right now are looking and shaking their head.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, the issue there, it was Kuro was not alive. Miracle couldn't rely on that.
Now Kuro's trying to get some vengeance. Shad is on the top, the LSA's there. Kuro is not. Gonna try and waste some more time, but the final hits come out, he is dead. This should allow him to kind of poke away at his tower more with Boom arriving once again in the Invoker form.
Trying to fight this Viper.
Why do they keep...
Yeah.
Shad is just smiling right now. He's like, what, did they not realize I'm an Atos Viper? Were they expecting like a Dragonlance Viper? They just keep coming to me.
They seem to be forgetting about this item. They're gonna find...
But you're happy. I mean, that's the tier 1 gone. That's a death ripple coming out from as they feed over multiple kills.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And this is a pretty good Viper game as well. You know, like we already highlighted, there's good passive to get rid of. Obviously, the PA is not going to be happy until you got BKB. Viper Strike, I guess, not too big of a because of how balked Phantom Strike is right now.
Yeah, the Nether Chocolate is gonna have after the BKB becomes a little bit yeah, the lower damage.
Yeah, which then makes you wonder, you know, if this game goes too late, you'd think Nigma's stronger, but would you say Viking feels very strong if we approach like, you know, almost tier 5 permanent territory?
Wow, that scenario it's hard to say.
Far off.
Yeah, it's very far off, but also it's Omni-Knight to offset a lot of this physical. However, he can easily become a target. There's pretty good catch on Slardar and the Invoker. I think it's kind of hard for Zeros to scale except for the PA. It's not gonna be all that easy at least. They need to scale to most of them. They don't really have any great farming tools. EH has to pick some of the extra.
Yeah.
Morphling with Omni-Knight late game can definitely be very...
Yep, spooky. Like you said, those low BKB charges mean that the Toxin will start to come into play. I guess also then, you know, even if Taupe has a bad start to this game, is a Bloodseeker is going to recover, and the other case, I guess, is it's just a utility. Like, you can just kind of do that cookie cutter build and still have relevance in a later game with things like Crimson Guard, these type of items.
Yeah, Yule's going for the mech. The Rupture is always going to be quite useful. Yeah, no, he can stay relevant pretty. You don't need that much farm. Of course it helps, but you're not too reliant.
More important is just how much this ball's getting. Boom is still ahead of the PA. He's going for the E-Blade build, so just interested in shotgunning down these targets as quickly as possible. Makes a lot of sense when you got the little Deaker with the Blood Rage.
Initiating onto Toby here.
Under attack.
He's got mana. He's role-playing an anti-mage right now. He's a screw you, man. No farmer, please. Meanwhile, mid. Long-range stun coming out. Laguna long-range as well, but no, they get trapped on the creeps. Girl, it's gonna get away with it.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Like he
attack.
maybe shouldn't have got away with it, but I guess right now Viking is sitting there going, no, if we dive a tier 2 for a POS 5, there's only things to be lost. Things might be lost in the river. Nice initiation from Mind Control, revealing the Blink Dagger. Celery not able to get close enough. Cast range too low to save with the Heavenly Grace Purification.
Yeah, Boom,
Dire's bottom tower
no replicate,
under attack.
not really able to pursue kill.
And if anything, you want the Mind Control kill, but he's becoming a little bit elusive now, playing around this nice little paddling pool, having his Blink online now. He can just kind of weave in for these cheap pickoffs, especially when you know, as the game goes on, you're gonna have the Sunstrike potential as well as we start to get a few points into it as well.
I like what Chad is. Lotus Orb kind of early on. Very nice item to have. The added armor against, or the Lotus effect, of course, same against PA. removing the vessel.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, there's so many things that are going to be beautiful to reflect. Like, imagine a PA jumps in with the Phantom Strike as well. You throw down the Never Toxin and then watch her disappear. Which is what we're doing to Kuro now. We're watching him disappear. Dragon Slave a little bit off, but that just means Boom gets the kill. They're happy with that.
Yeah, at the same time, you invest quite a big smoke
But
on this morph.
you find
The
it.
bench. Yeah, this is the bigger one.
And I don't think Nigma have any recourse. Their team fight is somewhat lacking right now. Scout out with a Sunstrike, but this is going down way too fast. The arrow to come through, they'll bait Roche into it. Going to finish this off. Trying to interrupt it, but they have no real way of getting into the pit. The Rupture to Wii will ensure that he does not disrupt this any further. They do find the pick on Omni-Knife, but Miracle in trouble. LSA is going to come on Laguna as well, bringing him low. They've got the PA kill. Miracle's dead. GH will be able to retreat away, but they are hunting forward looking for more. Stuns are going to come out. Boom, able to dodge out, move to the side, and start to attribute shift over. Will not care about the stuns anymore. He ain't gone for 40 seconds. Won't want to buy back into the situation. And on the other side, they'll find Kuro again. Just once he's up, he's gone once more. And with that, they've secured the pit.
Yeah, really not the type of fight that you get the kill on Miracle by from it's secret. Oh,
The Roche kill. Yep, nicely done by Wii. They at least get a little bit of gold out of it. They might give over a little gold more. The Rue was a little bit too late from Toby to connect, so leaps away will save GH's life. And I like it from Mind Control, straight towards the bot lane where he knows nobody's at. So gold exchange going Nigma's way at the end of that, forcing the buyback, getting the last hit on Roche and the runes their way.
Yeah, and Miracle has looks like he's just gonna queue up the BKB here instead of going for the Deso first. He's thinking, you know, I'm done with this ATOS. I don't want under that.
Radiant's top tower
It
is
proved
under
pretty
attack.
effective. Of course, Viper, you know, he has got that plate mail,
Radiant
so
structures
not the
are
easiest.
fortified.
You can actually already see what he's queued up next. He's also going for an E-Blade, so their answer to Miracle is give him no target to be able to attack.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, pretty interesting idea here. They do have a ton of magical damage, so they could supplement their lineup quite well.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Of course, further down the line, Miracle can deal with that. You can go for the Nullifier, but he's going to want BKB Deso first, which is going to leave a pretty juicy window for Viking to try and exploit. See. Right now. I mean, they're showing on two opposite sides of the map, and it looks like Nigma is interested in
Dire's
kind
bottom
of
tower is under attack.
looking for this bomb area.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Nigma, they're doing such a good job, and they're so good at it too. Even in a game where they're sort of on the back foot,
He might want to rethink
so
that
he
full.
needs a target. He's gonna jump to
Yep.
mind control. I think even gonna
You
pursue.
say that. Boom is still going. They're moving in, but this wolf is running out soon. It just takes way too long. I think you're going to say they're very good at just dodging these fights back and forth, right?
Pretty much, you know.
As we get a
you know,
presentation.
helping me prove my point. I think, yeah, they're very good at just dodging and still not losing out in gold. You see, they're actually the ones gaining slightly on the gold graph. Even though they are the team that's weak fighting and everything, they're very good at hitting the map, finding farm.
And now they're going to find a kill. Shad's gone. I was about to say, Wee's just been popped into the front lane. He hasn't been involved in most of this, even though you'd think at this stage an Invoker would, but still having relevance due to that Sunstrike and pushing on this top lane. It just means the Viking are losing out big time across the map. Now, bot, jump in. Aramis is gone. Double kill for Miracle. They're going to try and punish this now as they move in. And this chance is going to make it very hard, though. Boom. We'll get rid of the Corrosive Haze. They've got the Heavenly Grace. Miracle able to move across. Rupture's going to come out as he jumps. Raw low, but not low enough. They can't really pursue it. Miracle's just going to stand his ground. Toby on overcontrol. Boom goes in. BKB forced out. Guardian Angel's going to be there, which means Miracle can't do anything. The BKB is going to run out soon, so he needs to run. They're hitting forward into him. Mind Control bashed up the cellar in the tree line. Toby's still tanky. Boom is fine as well. We'll wait for him towards Kuroki, but able to sidestep him away. Miracle with the reinitiation is going to be protected by the Invis. Go set there to try and protect Boom before he's gone. And it might be easy to get him the second time. Mind Control. Doesn't get the corrosive haze out. Boom, turns into the Invoker, but the real Invoker is chasing on Toby. He's going to be brought down. They find the Morphling kill, and they might find Shad as well. He just ran into a big mess. Viper Strike thrown out, but the Never Toxin is not where he needs it. Miracle is going to live through it all. And look at the amount of gold that they just got on the side of Nigma.
So good at these fights. I feel like Viking are... They're quite known by now, I would say, for their sort of early aggression and taking these scrim fights, but Nigma just sort of one-upping them there. Miracle playing on the very edge of BKB waveform at the second. You know, he's low through pretty much the entirety of that fight, but just he plays around with it so well. And same goes for Mind Control, who's so much with so little. After that really laning stage, he still has to win these fights. Yeah, I mean, Nigma just... I feel like they didn't have like amazing showings in those past months, but that they're sort of with Kuro back to the squad, they seem to be kind of coming back to life in a very nice way.
Yeah, I think the beautiful thing is it comes back to what you mentioned before, right? They just keep forcing these awkward situations for Viking where they can't find their kills, and it almost felt like it was an escalating effect, right? Where Viking's getting more almost desperate to find some sort of fight. And Nigma, by the time they choose to give it to them, they've got these new big items coming out, right? They've got the BKBs online. And by the way, there's going to be another BKB there soon as Mind Control's almost completed his.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the... Right? He's only 1,000 gold behind this Viper now. Part of 12 out of 14 kills on this Slardar that he was sitting at like 5 CS for a good portion of this laning stage.
He doesn't think about the dark past, he just looks towards the beautiful future. I guess the question that comes to mind is was this always the intended build for Shad, or was this kind of a pivot going in that Lotus because Toby had such a rough start to his game? Jump in. Pause before. Morphling's gone. They find him. Aramis able to walk away for the moment. In the river, Toby's been found. The GA's going to come out. We has his BKB, though, will stand his ground. Toby in a little bit of trouble. Needs it out and needs it fast. Aramis will at least get his combo off, but Miracle is fine. We is fine. But Viking are not. 4 dead. Only 1 gets away.
Yeah, we see the power of this combo here. GA Slardar. It's just, once it gets online, how it is. If you're not together, if you're not literally just sitting there ready with that Heavenly Grace or GA, any hero that gets initiated upon, so this Viper has, he's got 28 armor with the Lotus Morphling, he's got 42 armor. If you're caught snoozing, second, you amplify and PA jumping on you, dead. And that's why this combo is so hard to play against.
Like, if you measure the race of amplification here, right? Like, you talk about who buffs up who. Yeah, Viking, they have got this Omni Knight and they have got this Bloodseeker. It seems, you know, pretty powerful. But you only mentioned part of the combo that Nigma has, right? Like, if you look at all the pros, all of them are complementing into this idea of to burst down one target through amping up.
Yeah, and Miracle also, he extra 35% blur evasions. Very special 84/85% evasion. Don't ask me how that works.
That's just odd.
Boom here.
Oh, they're going to jump in and get rid of one. But Boom is able to move away. They want to reinitiate here. The Laguna shotgun them down. Kuro is going to fall, but Miracle, the big target they can't find. The stun's going to come out. The BKB jump in. Straight away on Boom is able to move away. The Rupture is on Miracle, so he needs to be careful about how he retreats from this. He'll turn around, maybe look for more. Toby tempting him, is able to move back. The heals are going to be there. Boom is hunting in. BKB comes out from Wii. Lacti on himself. Mind Control splitting up the backline, making sure Shad can't get in. Instead, he's in trouble. Needs some assistance. There's the buyback that Celery will be able to save Shad. Can they now turn their Mind Control? Atos going to be there. He will die. Arrow through is not going to connect, though, so no reinitiation coming out from Nigma, but happy that they got that buyback out of Celery, which is a critical component of Viking's lineup. Yeah, finally they win Skirmish. They were first for buyback now on off down again. Could be kind of scary for you, but Roche is a long way
quite a long way away, so
yeah, you're thinking about tomorrow when they need to worry about today. That's what's happened there. You're going to hate that that's the time, because you can guarantee Viking they're going to keep lingering and checking around this area so often because of that. Bye. Yeah, we are seeing Miracle is going towards that Satanic and then the Nullifiers we'd expect afterwards. I feel like if you let him get towards the Nullifier without having a big advantage, this is more or less Nigma's game to stick on cruise mode, right?
Yeah, I think once you get to the Satanic, you're going to be extra status resistant. The healing is very useful. The previous game we saw the PA have some damage issues, went for the Axe. However, in the game you have a press. Now on the Mirana you've got the amp, of course, from the Slaughter, the Wave of Terror. You don't really have any damage issues. All you want is for P to be alive, which is why it also has these Vampire Fangs.
Not an easy kill, to
and
say
you're
the
gonna be
least.
fine.
That's why Miracle stands so far forward. Jump in, stun, out to Toby. E-Blade turn around, but the jump is going to be there from Miracle. Rupture being thrown out, but it's on the Slado. BKB is standing his ground. Miracle has his BKB too. Boom has jumped in with a Phantom Strike to try and dish out damage. There's no easy way. The arrow won't last very long, but it looks like Nigma are going to get away without any losses here.
And you can almost hear them say, I feel like you could always hear Miracle just say, nah, this fight is bad, guys. Get out. You know, he's like, he sees mind control, he's standing over there kind of dying, but he's like, nah, not for me.
Now, Boom, he says, wow, PA, very strong hero. I want to use this while I still got it. Not for much longer, though. I'm also about to run out, and the best you're maybe going to find is a kill on Kuro, and even that's going to be wrong. They look the wrong way. They saw the scan, they're going for Wii instead. Maybe they can get him here. But you have to guess very well your detection here. So it looks like they're not going to actually be able to find him at all. All this time, the Roche spawn is getting closer. Nigma are all alive. And Miracle hasn't really slowed down his farm that much.
Did find the Paladin sword.
Boom.
He's gonna be up in 3 seconds here.
Boom's gonna go in and turn around and mind control. They're gonna get him. They find him. He's zapped down. He's gone. Head for 50. No buyback either. And just as Roche is about to spawn, Viking just got a big advantage in this next engagement.
Oh, this could be.
There it is.
There's trouble. There's no buyback on mind control.
Celery's waiting. He's like, we're almost maximum time here. And there it is. Both teams know because the arrow just connected in the pit. But there's not really much Nigma can do about this. They have to let it slide.
Yeah, they're aware. They understand that without their Slaughter, they don't want to take that fight. I'm gonna give it up.
I think the supports need to be a little bit careful about getting too close. Viking not zoning them away. Weir's nearby, but it should be Aegis. She's going away Viking. He cannot snatch the kill this time. Aegis and Cheese are picked up successfully by Viking.
Yeah, I was very close to just sniping it there once again.
In a different fashion, I would love to send that. I mean, he's definitely been wherever he needs to be in this game, right? Like, I like the way that he's effectively been splitting the map, but always arriving for these big kind of critical fights. He has that sheep.
In quite a few of these previous engagements where Viking are kind of sort of on top, I think a big thing in this Lotus Orb getting thrown. Pretty much whichever target gets initiated, they just throw the Lotus Orb on. Much more difficult for Miracle to worry about the Viper Strike. He has to think about the Rupture. He can't just throw away the initial seconds of his peak. You really want to find a target that you link on.
It's all the spells that possibly get reflected as well, right? It completely screws up any sort of follow-up initiation. You know, you can't get the process haze out properly. Phantom Strike's going to maybe help the target fight back. The swap will not work. The magic miss. It's just there's so many target spells that Nigma want to follow up with, and that Lotus in itself is just completely ruining their ability to do so, which is why Toby is going for one as well.
The item for Celery finding the Craggy coat there. Gonna make it just a little bit harder to kill these on the.
In all likelihood, he should be able to push all of his buttons with his face before dying.
You say that, but have seen PA
I've seen some stuff.
and Slaughter with the Alacrity and the Wave of Terror, you know.
That's why I emphasize should. I'm not going to put 100% on it, but I'll give him like a 90% chance because of the way Viking are moving, at least. They're never really letting Celery be out alone. He always has to have a Guardian nearby. A supervisor. Time for Boom to get towards that Skadi really uncontested. There is still that big question mark in the room of Miracle and just how farmed he is at this stage. But maybe, maybe if you can just kick out the legs of Nigma, if you take out what supports them, there won't be enough damage because of the way that the Miracle is now building.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's
See if they want to fight.
are fortified.
They're around the back, but the problem is that as long as Viking holds his high ground, do you really want to be fighting as Nigma?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I have to find the right target here. It's hard taking this high ground.
Middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, they seem to know because Celery is on the far left, right, closer to the enemy base, so they already have this suspicion of what's going on.
Dire are scanning.
It'd be a wasted effort. Unless is the scan going to last long enough?
Under attack.
No. They don't know that they've just left the high ground. But no chance. Almost like GH has ended that support and cast we were talking about earlier. He's completed the Solar Crest now, so everything to just juice up Miracle.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, and they also have the Hex now on
Oh yeah.
cutting waves. Being sort of a pest, have the most catch on duels on the Bloodseeker, but you need to get close and invoke quick. It's not that easy.
I'm trying to think like what they're lacking right now. I guess maybe one thing Nigma could benefit from is Vlad's, but Kuro's decided that he just needs to survive, so he's going for an Aeon Disc instead. Unlike to see the Vlads coming out that would buff that PA up to even more ridiculous heights with that ridiculous 15% damaging.
Yeah, a lot of ridiculousness. It's gonna be at least completed now for Shad. It does have the cheese, Lotus. Gonna have quite a lot of armor. Not gonna be as easy to.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
No. Yes, he's a 1.6k HP hero, but if you look at Nigma's lineup, it's practically all physical. The only one bringing a bit of magical to the party really is we. See if I can more play in this area. Stats resistance means that Arrow is pretty pathetic. Just charge forward. It just feels like Nigma, they're doing what they've done before, right? They're just playing this game of dodge until, you know, Roche is gone and our next items are ready.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're just buying time for the fire.
And it comes back to what we said, like the catch is limited. There's going to be a rupture thrown out, but Kuro is able to get away. Like that's kind of the best form of initiation. You have to question it. At any point does this really change for Viking? Or is it always going to be this looming issue? Is there no way they can build to fix this? Is they going to jump in straight away? Hex is out, Toby is out. Death for 65. Miracle's hunting. Boom, will blow himself. They see Celery, that's the problem. They'll jump in, stun control is there, they're trying to protect it, the G comes out, Miracle baited in, BKB activated in time. He is pulled low, Viper Strike thrown out, they will find the Omni-Knight pick. Buyback is going to be used though, jump in, Miracle. Able to move away, Hex is going to be thrown out in a Boom, Arrow will connect, he turns back into it, but there's going to be stash resistance there. It's good save from Heavenly Grace. Will allow them to back up, but once again, that's that Omni-Knight buyback. There's now going to be a pretty big weakness for Viking in the next several minutes.
That bench stun blasted all of like 0.5 seconds. It looked so funny because, you know, it looked like he was gonna tank that entire meatball, but he gets stunned up and it's immediately gone thanks to this Titan Sliver status resistance plus Heavenly Grace. Be able to get out. Yeah, I mean you can see that they have crazy amounts of burst.
On both sides, we saw how close Miracle was to dying as well. That's the thing, and this BKB, he's somehow only down to 6 seconds. That's how well he's been rationing this tool. See if Viking can capitalize on that. The problem that they're going to have is these E-Blades no longer protect. The GA no longer protects. You've got the Nullifier to worry about.
Yeah, and the additional damage coming out of this Nullifier, just the danger zone that you're in. Viking.
So I think the best way would probably be the T-Tar death, right? You can see how either side could instantly eliminate one of the big cores of the other side.
Yeah, Miracle is playing without buyback though. if they are able to kind of kite the initial jump from the PA, or somehow some hero survives, you can get back. And if you can bring the PA, you could get a lot of momentum here.
And they might be able to do that soon. Boom, got the KB. I'm not going to buy out on it in this type of game, but once you got your hands on that item, yes, Miracle is built a little bit tanky, but see how quick Morphin's can burst. They jump in instead. They find the kill. Omni's dead. Miracle's BKB activated. Needs to be careful. They've converted all their spells onto him. He's going to lifesteal up though. Shad control and dead. Hex control is going to be on Toby as well. Say to try and protect him. Boga jumped in on Boom, trying to get rid of him quick enough to swap out. To try and save him will be good enough. Kuro saves the day. Double kill for Miracle. Looking for the triple. Aramis trying to run away, but they see everything. Elitated by some time. In the backline, they found Boom as well. More flip. Will the Cheese stands his ground, but needs to pull away quick. Dribbles to the back line, looking straight through. Will find the pick and a weave, but Boom's still in trouble. He can't tank this damage. He is going to fall. And just outside of their base, you know Nigma are going for that high ground quick. There's the one buyback. They say, nah, show me what you got. No, and they know it.
No buyback on Bloodseeker too.
There's no buyback on Viper either. I'm noticing a pattern here. Nigma might get wise to it very quickly as there's no more buybacks. The biggest one you have.
Very careful too.
PA mode is going to run out soon as well. It's like you don't necessarily feel good, but you just need that blur to make sure they can't see an initial. Not for one line. Viking, put on notice though. 3,000 net worth lead for the side of Nigma. Big buybacks committed in the previous fight in terms of Celery, and now this one in Boom leaves big weaknesses in Vikings. Jump in. Little cheeky pick off on Kuro. Not really what he was looking for though. And Kuro did still get a big bounty rune, so he'll say worthwhile.
They find a steady top for Morph that could be very nice.
Sure.
Just give him the that would be a refresher shard. Yeah.
No.
It's gonna be probably the Aegis for Morph in that scenario.
No axe this game, huh? I see how it is, Ice Frog.
Yeah.
No. They snipe out the core as well. Arrow actually doesn't connect on the Boom. They do not get the Sunstrike in time. They force the buyback out of Kuro, and now they have an Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard to play with. Not to mention Boom now has the ability to try and buy out on MB.
Who's gonna... That's the question. Refresher on the Bloodseeker.
Vanish.
Alright. Really get something that lets him just survive a little bit. I mean, like, you know, if you want the hit on this guy, but the Morphing has no buyback.
Magic lamp. There we go. Give him the magic lamp.
Yeah, the issue is the nullifier, right?
There's like no... That's the... Right, you could give him pressure. Is that going to stop him dying right now, the Miracle? Like, if you had an Aeon Disc, I could kind of understand it, but it feels like right now, Flurry is the biggest strength and their biggest weakness. Just see it as they refuse to split up. They understand that, you know, this is not a we can split up and be a bit more ambitious Aegis. This is a stick together Aegis. Aeon this forced out Kuro. Look, GH got a little bit too close to the sun. He's going to get bumped for trying to leave away in time. Will be okay. GA is going to come out. No, they find the GH kill. Buyback's going to come out. Mind control stands. Nullifier out of Celery. He's gone. Dead for 50. Miracle's BKB's running out soon though. He needs to be careful. He's standing the break. Moves across. On to Shad. Stands his ground. Miracle healing up. Dodge out though. Shad's still alive to the moment. Will finally fall. Is the control good enough though? Aaron Fruit's going to connect on to Toby. Miracle. He's staying alive. He finds another pick onto Aramis. The control is good on the other side. They've now found Shad. They can turn around and burst through this Morphling. The buybacks will come out, but they might be too late to save him. They've got the crush. They've got the control. They've got the kill. They've got the big one. That's all they need. The buyback will come out of Viper, but they know that Boom has no way back into the game. They'll hunt for it, looking for more mind control. Straight from Aramis. The refresh coming out, but it's not going to be enough. Toby is dead. Aramis, he has to run. Shad is in too deep as well. He's going to fall. No way that they can protect it for long here. Maybe they can stop across two of these. They clean them all. GT comes out and Nigma have taken the series 2-1.
Miracle somehow manages to stay alive through all of that, of course. Under fire from 15 cannons and 2 tanks. So somehow he survives with the Paladin Sword, with the Satanic. The lifesteal is too much